link to this one, but I'm grateful for those of you that are here, and I've got a good advisory for tomorrow. Okay, 2 people in here. Awesome. Let's get started. I might play with the lights again. Oh, I should move the camera over just a little bit. I might play with the lights again, and see what we can do in terms of shadows. Sorry, this is looking a little strange. It's because YouTube doesn't let me preview my live like other platforms do, which seems not like something YouTube would fail at, but unfortunately it is. So anyway, let's start with the gesture. I'm assuming if you're here that you've probably been here before, so you know the format. But nevertheless, I will go over what this is all about in just a second. Okay. Let's start here. So, these little pose-in chats, which I'm still trying to figure out a better name for them, it's a name in progress, is just time for you to attend a little draw session, and you can request any pose that may help you or bring your art to life or give you something that you've been wanting to work on for a while, and I will do it for you. And I hold the poses for approximately 90 seconds or so. And so you can sketch them. If you need it for more time, you can just screenshot it and work on it later. And that's that. I'll give you a heads up when I'm gonna break pose, like a little 3-second warning. So you have time to put that pencil down and screenshot. Also, I was very much in a rush from dinner, so Gregory's still eating, in case you can hear him in the background. We've been having electricity problems in our house where a fuse blows or something, I don't know. It's our main line that just shuts off. And our stove and everything is electric here, so our dinner got, unfortunately, a little bit delayed. But I scarfed down a few bites of pasta before I got on here, and I'll eat the rest after. You can also ask me any questions about modeling, my life, life in general, art, because we're just here to hang out and create a nice little community. My eyes are looking just to the left of one of my dais lights, and it's literally blinding me. That was a mistake. I might bring out the staff/broom pole again, because I was really feeling it the other night, and I think I'll do that again. Until someone requests something, of course. Okay, I'm gonna break pose in 3, 2, 1. All right, gotta get my vision back. See if anyone, we got one person in here, hi. It's, is it just one person besides me or is it just me? That's the question. Tell me if you're alive. It's a lot smaller of a...
Did someone message you?
I think it was before the live started, and so I think they just left a comment on the live for me to see later. Anyway, this is pose 2, and if you're a real human and not just me, you should tell me.
food is in the fridge and it can be microwaved when you want it.
Thank you. Isn't he so good to me? Oh, I see a comment. There is someone real and alive here. Thank you for being here. Yeah, even though it can be a struggle to get people on YouTube, and a lot more people attended on TikTok or Instagram, this is nice. Having people here who seriously want to work. After this, I have a meeting. I don't know if you saw on my TikTok, I haven't posted it on Instagram yet, because I'm waiting for some marketing to come out about it, but this Valentine's Day, there's an 8-hour drawing marathon, and I'm one of the 16 models in it. I'm gonna do a clothed portrait session, and I have a meeting with the model who's leading it after this, just to go over like the pose and the studio light and everything. But I highly recommend going if you want to. A portion of the proceeds are going to charity. It's a charity that supports and helps displaced families on the northern border of Mexico. And then of course the models are paid. I'm not sure what the wage is, but there's also an opportunity to have the artists tip them if they want to. So it should be good all around. I know some models are doing like essentially performances, so you know, it's any connection to love, to yourself, to another person, to the world around you, to an animal. So they're using that time to pose with that idea in mind. I like this pose. Gregory, do you like this pose?
Mm-hmm.
I don't do enough with my knee coming in like this, and I think it's absolutely beautiful when models do it. So it's kind of one of my goals to do more like this. Okay, I will be breaking pose in 3, 2, 1. And I'm gonna check the chat real quick. I wish I had a dessert or something. Oh, now we've got 4 people in here. Welcome. Real human here. Thank you. All right, since new people just entered, you can request any pose you want. Otherwise, I'm gonna just keep going with gestures. And we'll go from there. Ask me anything. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how exactly I want this pose to be. Do I want to lean into it, lean away from it? That's kind of cool. Hands always on the hip, that's for sure. Okay, this is the pose. Request anything you want, I will help you make your dreams come true. Happy February, happy Friday. Oh my goodness. That feels good. Today I had class. I skipped my first one because I just was not feeling it today. And then I was going to go to the gym, but I needed to come home and help Gregory with something because, yeah, it's hard to be foreigners living in a country, like, oh my god, is it hard? And one of those things is that we just don't have internet, so we have to use data. So when one of us runs out of data, we have to hotspot the other one so we can buy more internet. So I had to come home and help him with that, but it ended up being such a beautiful day. It's like basically springtime in Barcelona, so we took a nice walk around until we got yelled at twice by some people for, I don't know, trespassing, for being in a prohibited area. So then we went home, but it was really nice. We've been here for like 5 months now, but we're still discovering our neighborhood all the time, and we really like it, so we're trying to make it a priority to explore more. As you can see, I still haven't upgraded and found a better staff yet. But the market that I want to go to in Barcelona that has the really nice antique ones that would be really cheap is only open 3 days a week, and it just is really, really far from where I live. Probably like 45 minutes in metro. So I just have to make the hike and plan for it. It's not going to be a spontaneous day where I do it, you know. Also, I'm curious if people think I should change this lighting and turn one light off to get a stronger shadow line. Let me know. As you can tell, our apartment's just one big room because the sound just echoes. So I'm sure you can hear the noise in the kitchen, but you know, it's okay. And this is actually like the dream apartment that we wanted. I mean, close enough. We wanted a loft space that had an area for an art studio, and that is what we got. I don't really count out my poses when I do them on this live stream. I just kind of do until I feel. But this one I could do forever, so I should probably stop because I don't know how long I've been doing it for. All right, I will break pose in 3, 2, 1. And I will come and check comments. Oh, we lost one. And we've been going for 13 minutes. Awesome. Oops, I almost knocked the skull out. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna break. No, we'll go with this pose. Okay. Yeah, one thing that I do as a model that I don't think other models generally do is I usually time myself. So my phone, I use an interval timer. It's like a workout app. And you can set up a number of exercises, or in our case, poses, that happen consecutively. And so normally I kind of know where I'm at in a pose, and I have the camera facing both me and the artist. Not the camera, the phone. And people seem to really like it when I do it because, you know, it's never the artist's fault, but when sometimes you're just so into your drawing or painting or sculpture, you'll have no idea how much time has passed. And so a model might end up modeling for longer than they should have, and an extra minute or two can be really, really killer, really detrimental. So I just like to have the assurance that I'm modeling for as long as I should be, and everyone's on the same page about it. So anyway, the way I set up the app is, let's say I'm doing 15 1-minute gestures. I start the app and it gives me 15 seconds to get into position, and then it'll give me 1 minute. It'll give me a beep to let me know it's a minute. And then maybe I'll give myself like 5 or 10 seconds between each of those 15 1-minute gestures. And it'll keep going for 15 minutes plus 5 seconds in between. And certain beeps tell me if I'm like halfway through, and when I'm about to be done, it counts down for me. So I really like that system. I think it's like the best thing a model can do, but it's not quite the norm yet. And I also had to pay just a few dollars for my app. I mean, I'm talking like $3, but I know maybe some models aren't as serious as me and they just do it casually, and so it's like, why make that commitment, you know? But I don't know, I think it's a real asset. The worst when you're modeling is when you have an itch, like I do right now, and I'm just wishing it away. But at least I know I'm not going to be in this pose for 20 more minutes.
Do you want me to get it?
No, that's okay. I can, even though it looks, I mean, I hope it looks like I'm being pretty still right now, this dais is a little squeaky, and so I can feel myself trying to balance and like the weight shifting from one side to another constantly, so I hear the dais squeaking just slightly underneath me. Okay, I'll break this pose in 3, 2, 1. Okay. I don't think anyone commented because I was looking at the camera, so I'll just keep going. Drop the staff for a minute. And this is the pose. This is a hard one to do as a really fast gesture, so sorry. I know I should try and simplify lines for you all. But sometimes I just do what my body wants me to do. It's kind of like when you're doing yoga or something. If you put a lot of pressure on one part of your body, then you need to, I guess any type of exercise, but then you need to work another part that'll stretch it out. So I just put tons of weight on my knees, so now I need to just let my knees be free and put my weight somewhere else. I don't have any plans this Friday night except to model with you all and then have that meeting after. I need to create some content for my TikTok, but I just keep getting a violation of community guidelines, and so it's really dismaying, especially when, you know, I try to appeal the video and I'm waiting on the appeal. It's like, I don't want to post more content. And I think when they, what is it called, shadow ban you, I think that is fake, it's not real, but that it just is really dismaying if the video I post after I had a violation gets very few views, because it's like, ugh, no one's even seeing this content that I'm making for them. It's just hard. So hopefully I'll make some videos tonight. I have a little brand deal, and we're talking tiny, like less than $100 to do. break this pose in 3, 2, 1. One thing I should do with this day is just add one extra layer of cushion, because it's a hard balance to find, right? If I want to be able to stand up and evenly, it needs to be flat. So, and you know, if it's too cushiony, I'm just gonna fall because I can't balance on anything. But right now it's in this kind of weird place where it's good most of the time, but if I put too much pressure in one area, then it gets really, really painful. I saw a comment, so I'm coming down. Oh, maybe I didn't. Okay. Maybe it's just YouTube talking to me. What if I just want to lift my heel up? I don't know. I never know. One thing that I struggle with. Okay, this is the pose. One thing that I struggle with as a model is that I'm very symmetrical. I like things to be symmetrical. So sometimes doing my poses, I try not to do the same thing with my arms, but it's so hard and I just get lost and don't know what to do with myself. I've never done one like this with my heels down and my toes up. I like it though. I sound like a horse rider, because I am one, I guess, but heels down is like the #1 thing when you're riding. I am going riding this Sunday, which is super exciting. I've not ridden once yet since arriving in Barcelona. Oh, I see comments. Oh, I was asked on Wednesday to do poses with household items, which I most definitely can do. I want to know if that artist is here though. Also, if you all think that I should do themes to these pose in chats, and I should post them in advance, so maybe you can determine if you want to know or not, tell me, because that's an interesting thing that I would consider doing. I just don't know what everyone's looking for, because every chat is a little different, right? Sometimes I get a lot of pose requests and I'm just doing those nonstop. Sometimes it's more just up to me. So just want to make sure I've got everyone and everything covered. Okay, I will be breaking pose in 3, 2, 1. Let's see. 2 people in here. Can you do some poses with daily items like in the last stream? That's a cool pose. I wish it was closer. Sure, I can try and bring this a little closer and give you that same pose on the other side, and then we can do some household daily poses. So I'm glad you're here, because I was obviously just talking about you in the stream. Okay. We'll do this pose one more time. Hopefully it's, yeah, this is a little closer, and we'll do it on the other side. Is this better? Maybe vary it a little. Okay, let's go for it. I'll keep. That's great. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's hard to find a good balance of the camera because I want to give myself the entire bottom platform in the camera. So if I do a pose where my body's, stretched out a little longer, one foot won't be cut out. But if I'm doing a pose that takes up less space like this, it is better if I bring it up closer. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, you should, so then you can get notifications about these lives when I schedule them and stuff. I just don't know if my stories reach the people who really want to attend, so subscribing directly to my YouTube is definitely the most helpful. This pose puts a crazy strain in my left calf, my foot that's back, but it's fun, it's nice still. It's so funny to see models do their little neck stretch when their entire body stays in place and their head just does a rotation like that. It reminds me of an owl, how they can turn their head 180 degrees. Okay, I will be breaking pose in 3, 2, 1. And we've only got one artist in here. I don't know which one you are, so I don't know if you want the household items or not. I'm guessing Jorge was the one who's in here. Or maybe, okay, well, I'm gonna grab a mug real quick and I will be back just momentarily. And I'll do a sitting one. One moment. My mugs are right next to my wine glasses, so I was considering which one I should bring. Okay. this mug is clear enough in the shot, but this is how I would drink my coffee. Well, I'm actually not much of a coffee drinker. This is the pose though. I love the way coffee tastes, but I think I'm really sensitive to caffeine because I just bounce off the walls. And even though I know that that's what people use it for, there seems to be such a coffee addiction, you know, all over the world. And I just don't want to become reliant on it because so many people are. But I love it. I think it's delicious. So anyway, I'm more of a tea drinker. But because tea is so simple, it's just water and, you know, whatever leaf, I refuse to buy it in a coffee shop because it's like, why would I pay $3 for hot water? So if I'm going out to get a drink, I will probably get a hot chocolate. And I'm good with that. That's good for me. I feel like I'm missing out on some of the finer delicacies of Spain while I'm here. Because I just haven't really been interested in drinking alcohol at all. So I haven't been drinking wine, no coffee. We don't have a lot of excess money, to say the least. Actually, we have zero excess money. All of our money has to be directly associated with living and literally nothing else. So, we don't always get to try like the fine Spanish foods that this country's known for, so it makes me sound like, I don't know, it's kind of a weird situation to be in. We're so lucky to be here and we're still enjoying it, but yeah, we definitely don't have probably what many would consider to be the full or complete experience, but I'm happy with it, you know. We're just working towards our own goals, which I think keeps us in the house a lot more. So then it's like, why have such a high price of living if we would just be inside wherever we are, you know? So that's kind of the struggle, but we're locked in here for a year anyway. We have our lease, so. Thank you to the one artist that is here and listening to me and drawing and finding value from this session. I really don't know what to do, if I should go back on TikTok and Instagram. I don't know. Okay, I gave this pose some extra time because it's pretty difficult for you to draw. So I guess I'll break it. I'll be breaking in 3, 2, 1. We can do another one with the mug. Hopefully you're the artist who wants this stuff instead of a gesture or something. This is like how I want to be right now, cozied up in front of a fireplace. It's interesting, the weather today in Barcelona was so nice. This is the pose. That, you know, everyone was happy, they were wearing t-shirts, out playing sports. The mood was clearly very high. And if I was back in Wisconsin, I would be shut up and inside and frozen and probably have seasonal depression, worse than I do now. But I don't know, I miss being inside around a fireplace, you know? Winter feels like there's less pressure because you don't have to go out and do something with your day because it's beautiful and because there's so many activities going on. It's literally your responsibility to just stay inside, enjoy each other's company and rest. I honestly think winter should be like how hibernating animals spend it, which is just preparing yourself for the season ahead, taking some time. Wow, I'm saying this is not something I've thought of before. I'm realizing this right as I say it. And it's actually making me value and want to live in a cold climate again, just for that reason. I think it's a really powerful season of recharging. But then if you're like in school and you're forced to go outside in it, then it's really miserable, you know? So it's only good if you have that time in life where you're allowed to just relax and take it in instead of get through snow and all that nasty stuff. I see a comment. I will tend to it after this pose. My boyfriend and I are really thinking about going out west when we come back to the US, because the Midwest has been really good to us for how we were raised and stuff, but I think we just want some more beauty and variation to the land and be a little bit more rural. I guess Wisconsin can be rural, but I guess if you really think about it, all of the US is pretty rural except for major cities. But I don't know, it's interesting though, because I grew up on a Great Lake. So being near water is extremely important to me. And since we're talking about going west, that means I'd have to give up mountains, or give up water for mountains. And even though I'm not a swimmer, I almost never go in the water. Being near water is just really good for me mentally. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. And I don't really want to be on like a tiny little lake, you know. Like a big body of water is very pleasant for me. I've never seen Lake Superior before, but I really want to because I hear it's just beautiful. Way more beautiful than Lake Michigan, obviously, because Lake Michigan's pretty polluted. Yeah, I'm from a place called Kenosha, and it's right on the lake, so we'd always call it the Kenoshan because it was just so big and so vast. Okay, I will be breaking pose in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Still just us. The one artist. Hi. I wish it was closer. Great pose, great pose. Oh, it's Jorge. Okay. All right. Well, we can bring this a little closer. And I don't know if you're as interested as that other artist was in household things, so we don't have to do that necessarily. Hi. Let's try and do something interesting. interesting for you. I'm learning, so anything is fine with me. You always have such a good attitude. This is a small chair. I might have to back up a little bit, but I'm not sure why it says there's only one person. Is there more? Oh, I mean, I just don't think that people go out of their way to come onto YouTube. Okay. I'm almost cut out. My foot is almost cut out of the screen, but this is the pose. People just don't come to YouTube. I remember when I sent you that Patreon message, but you know, my other sessions were really poorly attended when I was trying to schedule them and have people pay for them. But I think I have the most success when people just realize I'm live and they just grab whatever thing they can draw on that's close to them. And I thought I was maybe giving people a good enough warning with my weekly schedule that I put out and my reminders on my Instagram story, but maybe not. So maybe YouTube is not the solution, at least until I get bigger or have more subscribers maybe. I do wonder how many artists are going to attend that 8-hour drawing marathon. There hasn't been much publicity about it, only the open call for models. But I mean, artists who would be capable of drawing for like that amount of time, that's crazy. But the model that's throwing it seems to have a super big following. I mean, I have more followers, but the thing is a lot of my followers are younger from TikTok, and so they're not quite as serious artists, or maybe they don't have the money to spend. Whereas she has about half the amount of followers I do, but they're all a bit older, and like professionals. So I'm thinking it might be a pretty big event. Ooh, this one makes my arm hurt. This is not a hard pose, except that I'm trying to do it on such a tiny, tiny, tiny little space on this bench. If I was just could stretch my arms out a little bit more. Okay, I might have to break this one a little early just because of the hands. I'll go for a little bit longer. Speaking of Patreon, I have to update mine this weekend with all the new content. That'll be my goal tomorrow. Sometimes I can just smell the space heater. It smells like it's burning, so I get nervous. Okay, I'm breaking pose in 3, 2, 1. The robe that I have right now is I mean, it's really warm, it does the job, it's exactly what I was looking for. This isn't necessarily my modeling robe, the one I've been wearing. I got it from my apartment because we didn't think we had heat before, but now we know that we do. But I don't think it's made from like the best material because when I bought it, there was a huge tag that said like, do not put anywhere near heat source because I think it'll simply explode. Okay. Oh, my head might be cut out of this one. Hopefully not. Maybe if I lift up. Oh, my head's close enough. I think the main shot is up there anyway. Okay, here's pose. We have a downstairs bathroom and it's bright blue and yellow. It's colored so ugly. I don't know who did that, but I'd really like to paint it. However, I'm not really sure it's worth my time and energy to improve a space that we're not going to be in forever. Actually, I take that back. If it's your home, it's always worth investing in, no matter how long. That's why it's so worth keeping a clean home and stuff, because it just puts you in a way better mental space. I've been really tired this week, and even though I love naps, I can usually resist them, but I took one yesterday and today, and it's made me a little less productive than I should be, I think. I think I'll do another laying pose after this. I would also like to make another laying pose, a recumbent video, pose reference video. Okay, I will be breaking pose in 3, 2, 1. I hope that was interesting, despite the fact that my head was a little cut off at the bottom there. It's always hard to get out of poses like that, and then if I'm in a real posing session and I don't have clothes on, it's weird. I'm just like rolling around on the dais. Okay. So much. Oh, I see people have messaged. Not sure why it says there's only one person. Oh, now it says there's 2. It's awesome. I like that one. I've been sick with the cold, but I'm feeling better today. So this is a great way to start the weekend. That makes me so happy. It sucks that, you know, it's winter. There's colds going around. Can I use some of these poses from the stream for a painting? Yes, absolutely. Totally. You can use them for whatever you want. It's totally up to you. I put poses out here so people can make whatever art their heart desires. And yeah, it's all for you. All right, I might have to push the camera back just a tiny bit because I want to do sort of a laying pose. Okay. See how small I can get. Maybe I have to go this way, actually. I don't want to burn myself. What? Are you laughing at me, Gregory?
No, I'm laughing at my own game.
Oh, okay.
It looks so silly.
I'm just barely not in frame. What do I do with my hands? Yeah, see, I kind of struggle on this dais sometimes, but does this work? I honestly can't tell. I'm gonna move the camera back. I'm sorry. I don't want to waste anyone's time, but I also want you to be able to see me. Okay. Okay. This is the pose. I guess I'll just look at the camera. Sorry if my knee's a little bit cut out. It's the best I could do. But yeah, you can use these poses for anything. I got a really exciting message the other day, and someone had a piece of one of my poses in a gallery, which was absolutely beautiful. I've only had that happen a few times, but it's just really exciting. It's awesome because I know so many people use my references for practice, which is so amazing. So I forget that sometimes they're actually looking to like sell the piece or have it be seen, you know, other than just for their own personal, I don't know, endeavors. I have 2 meetings with some agencies coming up, not modeling agencies, like influencer agencies, because I really, really, really want more than anything for this to be a full-time career, and I'm kind of hitting a plateau point. So I'm hoping with their support I can continue growing. Ooh, this heater is hitting me hard. But in a good way, I still like it. It's just funny because the sensation feels like I'm being burned, absolutely sunburned. But, you know, obviously I'm not going to get a sunburn from wattage. Yeah, Gregory's upstairs laughing at his game because he's building a game right now. He realized that fine art and sculpting could be digital sculpting, and that digital sculpting can be game development. And so he's found his life's passion for sure, which is the perfect mix of everything he loves, so it's pretty cool. I'm gonna stretch my neck real quick. So maybe YouTube is lying to me and there's more than 1 or 2 people in here. The other thing I've noticed with YouTube is I'm not getting quite as much art back after I do a posing session, right? So people normally will post something on their story and tag me in it. And I've been getting a lot less, actually like none, so yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna be breaking pose in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I think we've got time for just one more. Yeah, I'll do just one more. Make sure I didn't miss anything. It's perfect, good, okay. And maybe we'll just do one more seated one. Oops, I just kicked the skeleton in the head. Oh. I want to like stretch out my leg. Wow, that is some foreshortening, that's for sure. Or I don't know, actually that's not foreshortening. That is just my foot looking absolutely ginormous in comparison to my other. Oh, here's a comment, so I'm gonna look at it real quick. Will you be doing more lives on TikTok? All right, I'll get started on that pose and then I'll answer this question. Well, what do you think? I transitioned away from TikTok and onto YouTube because I just wanted to make this a more regular occurrence, and I have the most followers on TikTok, but it seems like some of the more serious artists follow me on Instagram, and so I did a bunch of polls and surveys to see what would suit everyone best, and I got the highest amount of votes for Instagram, but I thought it would be more sustainable for this, I don't know, this community and consistent thing that I want to create, to do it on YouTube, because YouTube has a higher quality and everything, but now I'm really second guessing that, so tell me what you think. I mean, I guess I could still do the 4 lives a week, live streams a week, and then just do one on a different platform. I just don't want that to be confusing for anyone, you know? But I would like to see a greater audience in attendance, that's for sure, even though I value those of you that are here so much right now. So we'll see. I guess I would have first and foremost, if not done YouTube, done Instagram, and then TikTok would have been third. Some people suggested Twitch, but I don't know that much about Twitch, and I don't think many artists would be, I mean, if they're not very willing to go to YouTube, I think they'd be even less willing to go watch me pose on Twitch, you know? TikTok, I want to definitely do more lives, maybe not the pose and chats, but I'll just go on live for, you know, whatever reason. I went live on there a couple weekends ago to try and sculpt Gregory. It did not go very well. I obviously know that all art is super hard because I don't participate, I don't draw or anything. But I thought I would be a little more apt at sculpting because I've always really liked tangible things, being able to move stuff, mold stuff, and just, yeah, use my hands and get dirty. But wow, I was totally lost. All I saw was a big lump of gray in front of me, and I had no idea how to move it or change it. So yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, I should just go on live there more, just to talk to people. But anyway, tell me what you think about doing posing sessions on there still. I just wasn't sure. I just want to help everyone create art, so. Our walls in this apartment are very thin, so I always hear people out on the street. And it's a weird position to be in. I know I'm not nude right now, but I mean, essentially, like that's the essence of what I'm doing. And so hearing strangers that are so close to me makes me very nervous. Okay, I will be breaking pose in 3, 2, 1. All right. That is the end of our session, as long as I didn't get any pose requests, I guess. Thank you to whatever artists were here. It says only one, but it seems like maybe there's more. It was hard for me to find this one on YouTube than Instagram. Okay, that's good to know. That was a worry of mine. That makes me sad, but I get it. But I will be back here tomorrow on YouTube, I think. If not, I'll probably be on Instagram. And I love you very much. Thank you for coming, and thanks for making art.